Shaykh al-Uthaymeen, rahimahullah ta'ala, he mentions a befitting benefit here. And he says, the rulings of the Sharia, all of the rulings of the Sharia, and that enters into it all of the religion, all of the rulings of the Sharia, right? So for example, how many times you have to pray, for example, what month you have to fast, how much zakah you need to give, what is sadaqah, the hijab, the awrah, the wudu, the ghusl, all of these affairs that are ahkamat, right? Affairs of marriage, affairs of divorce, affairs of the mahar, affairs of inheritance. All of these affairs, they enter into the religion. What Islam is upon today is befitting for the times all the way up to the end of time. Meaning, as Islam has been perfected, Allah Ta'ala, He said what? اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. I've perfected your religion for you. Meaning the religion now is perfect. The Sahaba, they had time to pray 5 times a day in their era, in Mecca and Medina. And we have time to pray 5 times a day. All the way up until the end of time, there is never going to be a need to say what? That we have to shorten the salah. We no longer have the time to pray these many prayers. Never until the end of time can it be said that what? The hijab has to change. It needs to change with the times. The times have changed, hijab needs to change. No, hijab is hijab. Salah is salah. Siyam is siyam. Hajj is hajj. Zakah is zakah. Sadaqah is sadaqah. What was, is, and shall remain forever. There is no more abrogation. But why is there abrogation? Why is there abrogation? Some of the people, they have denied abrogation, saying there's no abrogation in the religion. Because if we say there's abrogation in the religion, then it shows what? That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala realizes certain things. Knowledge appears upon Allah. Meaning what? That Allah Ta'ala legislated the salah as a raka'atain. 2 units. Fajr 2, Dhuhr 2, Asr 2, right? And then Allah Ta'ala said, well, 4 is better. And then He changed Dhuhr and Asr and Isha to 4 each. And this is not true. But rather, Allah Ta'ala legislates, and the legislation is befitting to the condition of the people at that particular time. Let's look at alcohol. Alcohol was a tradition. It was embedded in that culture. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the very first affair was what? It was not abrogation, but it's better to leave it off. The second affair was what? That you cannot drink and go to the salah. Now imagine, you cannot drink and go to the salah. Could you drink after Dhuhr then? Could you drink after Asr then? Could you drink after Maghrib then? You can probably drink either after Isha or after Fajr, maybe after Fajr, right? I don't know. But, Alhamdulillah, I don't know. But I'm saying perhaps, right? So already the amount of times that you can drink has now what? Shrunk. So it's no longer, now that Iman and Islam and Salah, now these have taken root in people's hearts, the alcohol has now become minimal. And then in Medina, not in Mecca, in Medina, alcohol was prohibited. And the Prophet ﷺ sent the man out. إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ قَدْ حَرَّمَ الْخَمَرِ. Allah and His Messenger have made alcohol haram. And that's when all the vessels were broken and the alcohol was spit out and the glasses were put down. Abrogation. Why? Because the servants, the slaves of Allah Ta'ala brought them. So the same is the case with some of these affairs, that in the beginning, when the beginning of the salah, perhaps this was not something they were accustomed to. But as they became accustomed to it, then what? Then Allah Ta'ala removed the obligation or removed the allowance of speech during the salah. So, intellectually, religiously, abrogation is an allowance in the religion. There are certain affairs that have been abrogated. Now, can I come to you and say that the qissa, the story of the man with the 2 gardens, has been abrogated? La. Can I come and say that a qissa, the story of Nuh, has been abrogated? No. So abrogation is for ahkam, not for qasas. نعم تفضل. ما ننسخ من آية أو ننسها نأتي بخير منها أو مثلها. Our brother Sulaiman mentioned, Allah Ta'ala, He says in the Quran, ما ننسخ من آية. What we abrogate from a verse. ما ننسخ من آية أو ننسها. Or we cause the people to forget it. نأتي بخير منها أو مثلها. We bring better than that. Or the likes of it. So yes, this is mentioned in the Quran. Alhamdulillah Ta'ala. But no, akhbar, qasas, occurrences are not abrogated. We don't say that this occurrence became abrogated with this occurrence. Why? Because then one of them is kadhib. Right? If I come and say that a man had 2 gardens, and then I say it's abrogated. It was a woman that had 2 gardens. One of them is a lie. One of them is a lie. So no, we do not say this. Alhamdulillah Ta'ala. Tayyib.